Hello everyone and welcome to Geopolitical Trends. My name is David Walalou. So good to be with you as always. As a geopolitical analyst, I ask the question, why is Burkina Faso restoring its diplomatic ties with North Korea? Does it have to do anything with Niger? In this video, I'm going to provide you with my assessments and of course, answer this fundamental question for you. So let's dive into these fascinating developments because it just happened. I had a chance to read about this topic in French language. I speak French, so I decided to make translation for you guys, so you'll have at least be aware of it before the article is translated into other foreign languages. So Burkina Faso, which is neighboring to Niger, restores its diplomatic ties with North Korea. So the Council of Ministers in Burkina Faso has approved now the accreditation of a North Korean ambassador to Burkina Faso, except that the ambassador of North Korea will not be residing in Burkina Faso, it will be residing in Senegal. Burkina Faso also hopes to develop collaboration, particularly in the field of armament. Yeah, because North Korea sells a lot of weapons, by the way, in Africa. North Korea intends to provide its security support through, and I put this in quote, through the granting of equipment and military material. And this was announced by the foreign minister of Burkina Faso, Olivia Roumba, who announced the restorations of the diplomatic relations with North Korea. Well, interesting. Why is this interesting? It's because Burkina Faso needs weapon because they just recruited 50,000 auxiliary force, sort of civilians that they're willing to fight. So when you hire 50,000, you need weapons for that. And this is why the European Union and France have refused to finance arms for these civilian auxiliaries. So North Korea is stepping in and filling that void. Interesting. It's just part of what geopolitics is all about. So North Korea has a very important arms industry, believe it or not. I also find out that a researcher by the name Antoine Bondas, he's the director of the Korean program at the Foundation for Strategic Research, said, and I quote, "But be aware of the international sanctions," end of quote. What is he referring to here? He's referring to the United Nations 2006 resolution that passed banning North Korea from exporting arms. Well, North Korea said, well, who cares? We're still gonna sell arms to willing buyers. And Africa seems to be the case. So he added, and I quote, "We must be careful about what is feasible for Burkina Faso," end of quote. Is he trying to intimidate now Burkina Faso because this country, Burkina Faso, announced its support for Niger? They don't care what the Europeans think. They don't care what the UN thinks. They don't care what the Americans say. They're now moving forward with that. So what he's saying is that, well, this could be just a bluff. No, it is not. It is not bluff because you got Mali, you got Burkina Faso, you got other 2 or 3 countries in Africa willing now to intervene militarily in Niger if the ECOWAS, the Economic Community of Western African States, decide to launch sort of a military action against Niger because of the coup. So the Burkina Faso is not bluffing. And the way he's saying this is to show that, well, if Burkina Faso is getting closer to North Korea, well, it's because there is the concern in Niger. Because this will attract attention of the West. They don't care. They don't care whether the West, whether the intervention of Burkina Faso in Niger attracts the West concerns or not. That era is gone. Africa is moving on. So according to the latest UN reports on sanctions imposed on North Korea, experts reveal that several African states continue to buy North Korean weapons. This is particularly in the case of, I'm aware of some countries like, for example, Eritrea, the DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo. I'm also aware of Mozambique and Zimbabwe and Uganda. That's the country. So there are 4: Eritrea, DRC, Mozambique, and Uganda. And mind you, as I always say, think of the big picture. Mind you, that this declaration by Burkina Faso of re-establishment of diplomatic ties with North Korea comes on the heels of the recent visit to North Korea by the Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu. That's what's interesting, because during the meeting in North Korea between the Defense Minister of Russia, Sergei Shoigu, and the DPRK, Kim Jong-un, Shoigu presented Kim with a letter, personal letter from the Russian President Vladimir Putin. In response, Kim expressed his gratitude to Putin for sending a military delegation led by Shoigu. And Kim emphasized that the meeting further solidified, and I put this in quote, strategic and traditional North Korea-Russia relations, end of quote. What's very interesting also, which wasn't reported much by the Western media here, that the visit by Shoigu is significant as he arrived in North Korea along with the Chinese delegation, which included at the time the Chinese Party Politburo member Li Hongzhong. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And the reason why he went to commemorate the 70th anniversary of the end of the Korean War, which was celebrated by Korea as, and I put this in quote, Victory Day. Very, very important to understand why they use the term Victory Day. So that's very, very important. So, well, I hope you guys find this bit short, concise, to the point. I know it's a short video, but I like to be concise in those recorded videos here. But if you'd like me to further elaborate on this furthermore, I can do it on a live stream. I have enough information about this particular topic. So, also, if you find this content very informative, please hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. And also subscribe so you can show your support for this channel. And thank you all for your continued support. As always, remember, geopolitics impact your daily life in more ways than one. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.